So I have the time as 4:30. The remaining agent that was to log in is slated for the last application, so he might be in a few minutes. But Mr. Chair, if you would like to begin, we can go ahead.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because he is the last application, as you said.
Yeah.
Okay, I require a mover and a seconder for a motion to convene as the Committee of Adjustment.
I'll move.
Move.
Okay, so
Terry second.
okay, so I got Terry and Karen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Move that the Committee of Adjustment for the Corporation of the Township of Seguin hereby convenes at 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, May 13th. All in favor? Hands up. There we go. There, we got it. We're under control. Okay, got too many pieces of paper, Adam.
Yeah, I have a lot spread out here too.
Okay. The Committee of Adjustment hereby convenes a public meeting as per the Planning Act. Applicants and the public can speak at the public meeting. Notice of the decisions will be sent to applicants and to the public if requested. Any person may appeal a decision or condition of approval within 20 days after the notice of decision. Could I have a mover and seconder for a resolution to accept the agenda for today's meeting as circulated? Moved by Stuart, seconded by Terry.
Good.
Okay, I will read the motion. That the Committee of Adjustment for the Corporation of the Township of Seguin hereby approves the agenda for the May 13th hearing. All in favor? Thank you. Okay. Could I ask for any disclosures of pecuniary interest by anyone?
I have none.
I see heads nodding. Okay. None stated. Okay, and now ask the Secretary Treasurer to introduce the first application.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Chair, I
Did I
think
miss one?
we need to approve the minutes from the
Yeah, what happened?
March meeting.
Huh.
Or sorry, the
April
Yeah.
8th.
yeah, sorry, April 8th meeting.
I don't know. I missed a piece of paper. Huh. Ah, there it is. Okay, can I have a mover and a seconder to accept the minutes of the meeting of April 8th? It didn't take place April 8th, did it?
Sorry, that should be March 14th.
March 14th.
Yeah, I'm updating the resolution to read March 14th, 2020.
Okay. Could I have a mover and a seconder for that?
Okay.
Is there anything arising from the minutes? No, all in favor? Okay, that's carried. Okay. Now I can ask for the first application?
Yes.
I just did.
Okay, I will do a quick overview. So first application is application A 2020-0007H. This is for 37 Appledale Road on Lake Joseph. And this is a minor variance for an increase in lot coverage. And no correspondence was received in relation to this application.
Is there anyone in attendance that wishes to speak to this application?
I do, please. Is it for, sorry, just a quick question. Is that the craft minor variance application?
Yes.
Okay, yes, then I would like to speak on that one, please.
Okay.
So my name is Trina Clark and I'm here from T Square Design Studio located at 167 Medora Street, Port Carling, Ontario, P0B1J0. And I'm the agent acting on behalf of the client. So our client, the Crafts, are proposing to construct a new detached garage and in addition to their existing cottage and boathouse. The variance requested for the proposal is with regards to lot coverage within 60 meters of the high water mark and an exemption of 2.1%. As noted in the report, the requested additional lot coverage pertains to a very small amount of square footage for the cottage addition and the entire garage structure. The boathouse addition complies with all of the the zoning bylaws as proposed, and no variance is actually required for that addition. The lands for which the cottage addition and garage are proposed are both flat, unvegetated areas where the existing landscape will remain undisturbed and no natural vegetation will be removed. The property also contains a vast amount of bedrock, creating limitations to where the proposed structures could be located, resulting in this variance request. It is also noted in the report that staff believe that this application is minor in nature, and we agree. The property is well vegetated and the proposed cottage addition and garage in question are buffered from the shoreline and neighboring properties. The structures also comply with all of the other zoning bylaw provisions. And in closing, we hope that you agree with the application, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you.
Any members have any questions?
I do not.
I see heads shaking. Tina, the garage is going directly behind the cottage, is it?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. All right, then I need a mover and seconder for this application.
Okay,
Terry moved and Stuart second. Okay, I will read the motion. That the Committee of Adjustment hereby approves variance application A 2020-007H Craft to permit construction of a 20.9 square meter cottage addition, 52 square meter boat port, and 72.5 square meter detached garage. And request variance to the following section of the zoning bylaw 2006-125. Section 6.3, table 6.3. Maximum lot coverage within 60 meters of shoreline is 7.5%. The existing buildings and proposed structure additions would result in lot coverage within 60 meters of the shoreline of 9.6%, requiring variance of 2.1%. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
good.
And that's carried.
Okay, so the application is approved, Trina, and we'll send out the notice of decision within the next few days.
Great, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Okay, this is the point where we sign them.
So what we'll do is we have everybody's digital signatures, we have everybody's signatures on previous decisions. So what Lauren will do is she's going to scan your signatures and then we'll insert them onto the signature boxes.
Right. Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, can I ask the Secretary Treasurer to introduce the second application?
Sure. Just before I do that, Mr. Chair, I'm going to call the agent on the phone.
Okay.
He'll be appearing via the speakerphone for the committee. Okay.
Like my contacting Aislinn speaking, how can I help you?
Hi, Aislinn. It's Adam Kozlowski at Seguin Township.
Hi Adam, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Committee members, can everyone hear Aislinn?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can.
Hello?
Okay, so the chair has just asked me to introduce the application, Aislinn, so I will read it out right now, and then the chair will give you the opportunity to speak.
Okay.
Okay? Application A 2020-0008F is for 57 Haystead Bay Road. And this is two minor variances. One is for maximum dwelling height increase, and the other is for maximum dwelling floor increase. No correspondence was received in relation to this application.
Okay, if you would like to speak to the application, you're on.
I'm not sure what sort of information that you're looking for from me. The cottage owners are looking to add a second story to their existing cottage. It's a fairly small footprint. They would like to condense some bedrooms on the main floor to put one upstairs, as well as a secondary living space for their children who are now all adults and would like some additional space.
Hey, are there any members of the committee that have questions? Terry?
So Adam's question, the variance for the height is required. Why? Because it doesn't meet the minimum setback?
Sorry, Aislinn, I can answer that one. I think
Yeah, no, I asked you, Adam, actually.
no, Aislinn was about to answer. So, yeah, the building that's there on site is obviously within the 20-meter setback. So the zoning bylaw allows a maximum height increase of 2 meters, and that's midpoint to midpoint. And in this
Right.
case, because that roof kind of it's kind of a semi-shed style roof,
Yeah.
the peak is up higher and that front eave is up higher, which brings the total aggregate height up. So the variance is for 46 centimeters.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, I will read the motion. Oh, I need a mover and a seconder.
I'll move it.
Terry,
Sorry, who seconded?
Karen,
Yes.
Karen? Sorry, Stuart.
Well, that's okay. We're all voting anyway.
well, we'll get you in the minutes. Okay, the Committee of Adjustment hereby approves variance application A 2020-0008F Scott to permit construction of a 41.8 square meter partial second story addition to the cottage and request variance to the following sections of zoning bylaw 2006-125. Section 4.17C, table 4.1, maximum dwelling height increase equals 2 meters. The proposed partial second story addition would have a height increase of 2.64 meters. Adam, I'm confused. If it's 2.64 meters, the variance should be 0.64 meters.
Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna check the file. That might be a typo. Yeah, okay, so that's a typo. It should be flipped. So what I'll do is I'm gonna correct the resolution to read 0.64 meters.
Right, okay.
Okay, thank you for pointing that out.
Okay, so a variance of 0.64 meters on height. And section 4.17C, table 4.1, maximum dwelling floor area increase equals 32.5 square meters. The partial second story addition will result in floor area increase of 41.8 square meters, requiring a variance of 9.3 square meters. Are any further questions? All in favor?
Okay.
Everybody's in favor. The motion
Okay,
is carried.
Okay, so the application is approved, Aislinn, and we'll send you a notice of decision within the next few days.
All right, I will let clients know.
Okay,
Wonderful, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, Steve still isn't here.
While we're speaking, I just got an email from him saying that his Zoom link did not work, but he's given me a number to call him on speakerphone if we go with that alternative.
It'll work for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna call Steve Fauner now on speaker, and we'll do it that way.
Hello?
Oh, hi, Steve. It's Adam at Seguin Township.
Yeah. You got my message, eh?
I did. We're just in the middle of the meeting, Steve, and if you prefer, we can do it via speaker. We just had another agent address committee via speaker, and it worked fine.
Yeah, I can do that, certainly.
Okay, so Mr. Chair, if we proceed with the next application.
Okay, so I'll ask the Secretary Treasurer to introduce the third application.
Application A 2020-0009H is for 306 Burgess Road. By way of background, this application came back to committee. Actually, it was originally in front of committee in 2019. And it was a gross floor area variance, which was approved. And then subsequently, when they applied for the building permit, the plans examiner noted that the original numbers were incorrect. The other addition here was that when they were inspecting the building, I believe that there was additional floor area added inside. There's an area that was open to below that was floor was added, which increases the GFA. So the variance in front of committee today is to do two things. One is to correct the previously approved numbers. And number two is to recognize the additional 31 square meters of GFA added inside the building. There's no otherwise visual physical change to the outside of the structure. It's all internal, and to correct incorrect numbers from before. No correspondence was received in regard to this application.
Okay, is there anyone that wishes to speak to this application?
Yes, it's Stephen Fonder, Northern Vision Planning, and I'm representing Robert Seguin.
Okay, Stephen?
Very brief comments, and want to thank staff for their positive report and their assistance through the process on this particular application. I just want to note for the first, I'll call it the first hearing that was held in the fall, that was where approval was granted by Committee of Adjustment. There were 2 letters of support, and there were no objectors to that. So, and as Mr. Kozlowski has indicated, there's been no letters regarding this one on this circulation. So, and as mentioned, the proposed additions, you really can't even see it all from the water, just because the addition being applied for now is within the building itself, actually within a vaulted ceiling, and it was to add the room up in the second level. And this room did at one time go down to the master bedroom, and it had a 22-foot high ceiling. They've now added another room in the second floor that serves access from the second story, and it's within that vaulted ceiling. The increase in GFA was only 2.4% over what was existing. The previous additions on the main floor are very small, and those additions were only 1.4% of the gross floor area of the building. And I think the last thing I just want to note is that this particular dwelling is set back considerably from the waterfront. It's set back 44 meters, which is 144 feet, so it's well set back. And you definitely, you can't see it from the water at all. Even the additions on the ground floor, they were done underneath the roof of the covered porch. And because it's in shadows, basically, you simply can't see these additions from the water at all. So those are my submissions, and if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer them as best I can.
Any committee members have questions? I just want to say this application bothers me. The 3,000 square feet additional gross floor area as a oops, that bothers me. That's most people call that a large cottage all by itself. So I am not looking favorably on this one. Thank you. Are there any other comments? Okay, could I have a mover and a seconder? Stuart, Terry.
Okay.
Okay, I will read the,
Well,
yes, sir.
just back up, Jim, just back up a minute. This is the place we looked at last fall, was it not?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
Right. So is the only issue here that they drew out what they applied for last year incorrectly?
so through you, Mr. Chair, my understanding from the plans examiner is that the gross floor area numbers that the designer originally reported were incorrect. So there were areas of the building interior that he didn't include that should have been included. the main thing here is that the building that the committee saw last fall, there's no difference to it. It's all interior, and it's to reflect the correct gross floor area numbers.
So when the application first came in last fall, and just need to understand this in my own mind, when the application came in last fall, the designer, whoever designed the addition, came to a calculation of this is the additional square meters that we want to apply for. They applied for it, we approved it at that time, correct? So then what happened, they waited 30 days, they went in for their permit, supplied the plans to the building department, and the building department said, no, well, you didn't include something, right?
So through you, Mr. Chair, the additions that the committee approved in the fall were correct. The gross floor area that they requested was correct. The problem was that the baseline GFA of the existing cottage, that number was incorrect. The designer didn't include floor area inside the building that he should have.
Oh, wait a minute here. So I have 31 square meters above these. So the variance we're looking for now is an additional.
Yeah.
How much were they light on originally?
So they were
3,000 square feet.
So, okay, through you, Mr. Chair. So the original gross floor area numbers approved by committee they reported 938 square meters, and then the committee approved 17.83 square meters of additional GFA. That existing GFA number should have been 1,290 square meters, not 938. So when the committee visited that property in the fall, you were looking at a 1,290 square meter GFA building. And then what they did is they floored in some area of vaulted ceiling, which then added an additional 31 square meters of GFA. So the variance today is to issue a decision with the correct numbers to begin with, and then number two, to recognize the 31 square meters inside that they added in that vaulted ceiling area.
So right now, presently, the corrected number in the residence is how many square meters?
So
1,200?
So the numbers, the GFA square meterage would be 1339.68.
1339.68 square meters currently.
That's current. And the numbers before should have read, sorry,
Yeah.
the numbers before should have read 1308.01. That's what committee approved, but the baseline GFA numbers were wrong back in the fall.
Okay, so just bear with me here. So we're saying last fall when it came in, they said they had 800 and some odd square meters, correct?
They had, yeah, no, they had
920.
yeah.
920.
And the committee approved an additional 17.83, which brought the cottage up to 938.13. Yeah, the problem is though, is that number, that 920 number was not correct from the get-go.
So we approved last year bringing the cottage up to a total of just under 10,100 square feet. Now we're saying, oh, well, that number was wrong because we really had.
You really had 1,290 square meters. That's
1290?
Yeah, 1,290 is what the number should have been based on committee's approval, but that's what the plans examiner discovered when they came in for their permit, is that 1,290 was the actual GFA with the committee approval.
Right, so why, if it's 1290, I mean, place is already 13,900 square feet, to Jim's point, right? So why is this in for a minor variance?
Well, the variance is for an additional 31 square meters of GFA above existing. So,
Yeah, but isn't the,
1,000 square foot cottage needs another 300 square feet.
well,
yeah, but because I mean, the present square footage is way over
Yeah.
Yeah.
current allowable. Like, how did it get to that size? Did it go in for a rezone?
well, no, that cottage was not built under the Seguin bylaws. That's an existing non-compliant cottage. That size cottage wouldn't be permitted today, but it predates the bylaws. But to increase it further, they have to come to committee.
Unless they get caught increasing it without coming to committee.
Well, and that's what happened today, is that there was that additional floor area added in the vaulted ceiling area, so they have to recognize that as well.
And they did, and that was just recently added, the
Yes,
floor area in the vaulted ceiling.
yeah, inside the building.
No, okay.
Could I just add a point, if I may? Just adding a point that, a very general point, gross floor area is a difficult thing to deal with. And I know there's some municipalities like Georgia Bay Township in one area, they're looking at actually dropping it all together because it doesn't necessarily reflect the massing of the building. And that's sort of what's happened here. You know, things have been done on the interior side. Certainly the numbers look bad, quite frankly, because it is a large dwelling. But they've done things that are interior to the building. There's no impact on the outside whatsoever. But yes, the GFA is higher. And I think the key, in my opinion, is you've got a building that's set back a long ways from the lake. And the impact is very minimal. In fact, you don't know the difference exterior-wise of the building. And that's just one of those challenges with dealing with the GFA. Sometimes the numbers can look horrible, and yet on the exterior, there's really no impact.
Point taken.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor? 3 in favor.
Okay, so the motion's carried, application's approved, and we will send you a notice of decision in the next few days.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you, committee.
okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, is there any other business?
How does everyone feel about this format? Any issues or pretty smooth?
Can you see us yet, Karen?
No, I can't. I'm afraid of touching anything.
You're gonna have to get your IT man Webb to fix that machine of yours.
Right.
Oh, we see you fine.
I think
mean,
it
we
was
can hear you fine, we can see you fine, so I guess it must be some sort of reception problem, is it?
Everything was working perfectly. At the very beginning, someone said something about something down in the bottom, and I thought I'd go down and take a look at it. And that's when I got into a big issue here. I now am not able to see anyone, and I'm afraid of touching anything here, because I can possibly knock myself right out.
Okay, why don't you try it now?
Yeah, try it now.
Okay,
Follow
I'd-
your buttons now.
I'd love
It's one of the
to.
buttons down at the bottom of your screen that's going to make us reappear.
Yeah, I think Jim's right.
Are you Windows or Apple?
Windows 10 on this one.
Okay.
I just bought this one.
Windows, what do you have at the bottom of your screen?
So when I go down to the blue item that's in the bottom right-hand side, when I go down there, it simply says open support chat.
And what happens when you click on it?
If I click on it, all I get is, hi there, I'm Bolt the Zoom virtual assistant. So I don't think that's anything I
I think you're
wanted.
going to get porn on there pretty soon, Karen.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm, I may be out. I may knock myself out, but I'm gonna try and get back to where I was with everybody.
So
So just-
Karen,
Yes.
what I'll do, when I'm in again on Friday, I'll send another test meeting to you.
That'd be perfect.
Hi, Karen.
Yes.
Oh,
Steve made
sorry,
him,
we got a little feedback here because we're watching it on a different system here. But do you have actually 2 Zoom windows open on your down below?
I don't believe I did, and I have no idea how I got where I was. Honestly, I don't know. Everything was perfect. I should not have moved anything.
Maybe,
Go on.
maybe, Steve, that you should go down go right to the bottom of the screen, Karen, down
Yep.
into your menu bar.
Oh, okay, got you, Terry. Thank you. I now
Yeah.
see everybody. Thank you, Terry.
I think you had to go, yeah, okay, it was a task view issue. And I only know that because it happened to me for about 5 weeks before I could figure it out.
Really? Well, thank you very
Like,
much.
Not this application. I kept losing other stuff.
Yeah.
Driving me crazy. It's the operating system.
okay. Is there anything else, Adam? Any?
No, next month, I anticipate a couple of them, maybe 3. So we'll have to see who kind of comes in at the last minute, but I anticipate 3.
Okay.
And this Friday's the deadline, so we'll see what trickles in.
How many of you got now, Adam?
So we're going to be looking at 3, I believe, for the June meeting.
You got any for sure right now though, before Friday? Like,
Yeah, there's 2 that
you
came
got
in.
2, so you're just looking for the third.
Third one, yeah, I'm probably he's going to probably come in Friday morning and drop off the app.
Okay, so same kind of thing as this month. That's good.
Okay. Can I have a
Jim,
move?
well done, Jim.
Well, we survived.
No, we didn't have to pass a resolution or something to promote Jim into the seat, to the
Yeah,
commander's seat.
through you, Mr. Chair. Jim's got the title of deputy chair to begin with, so
Right,
what we can do, he's kind of in that position automatically in Todd's absence.
right.
For next month, we could pass a resolution dropping the deputy and making Jim the chair officially.
Good idea.
Oh, what is it? Steve still in the mix here in the background, or did he pop off?
He's still here. He's probably just listening in. Oh, here he comes.
Oh, there he comes. Steve, what was the, I'm trying to remember, I know we sort of discussed something, I think at one of the meetings is, are we going to advertise for another member or what do we decide?
Certainly, I can turn it down. I can talk to Craig tomorrow and ask him about the application process. And I think what you could do, Terry, is bring it forward at the council meeting on Tuesday and sort of ask the clerk, well, at least ask the rest of the council if they want to pursue filling the position, and then ask the clerk to start the advertising process.
Or was there, I know they've done this in the past too, was there an application, maybe Adam knows the answer to this, was there more applicants the first time around than what we had positions available for?
Yes, when we advertised, we had a pool of applicants. So
Right.
it's up to council really as a committee of council if you want to call up one of the other applicants and ask them if they're interested.
All right, okay. So I'll bring that up in the report section, Steve, I guess is when
Yeah,
we
I
talk
guess
about.
that's how I got in the first place. Was someone was appointed and then 2 months later got transferred out of town, and so my application was in the pile and got promoted.
Yeah, I mean, I think that seems to be the fair way to me. I mean, people were interested, and if they're still in it, there just wasn't enough spots for everybody, right? So if
Yeah,
they're still interested, we should give them the first opportunity. That's my personal feeling anyhow. Okay,
Okay,
we'll see what we can do. See if we can get another face on the board here.
Sure.
could I have a mover and seconder to adjourn?
Good. I'll put Stuart in here.
There we go. Yeah, we gotta get Stuart in there.
Stuart's been trying to jump in to move something all afternoon.
Okay, I'll read the motion and then we're out of here. That the committee adjustment for the corporation of the township of Seguin does hereby adjourn this hearing at 5:05 PM on Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. The committee will hold its next hearing at 4:30 PM on Wednesday, June 10th, or at the call of the chair, unless the secretary has not received complete applications for the committee consideration. All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks,
Good
Karen.
work, guys.
Stuart,
Yep,
Adam.